Hello. Hey, look, I look like a normal person um, in the light where everything is not yellow. So that's pretty cool. Um, I am um, having some verbal issues today, but I wanted to um, reach out and, you know, um, have a conversation. So here I am doing it. Still got glitter all over me from my dad's stuff the other day or yesterday when I put that stuff on his grave. I keep seeing it, and also my hair's got silver in it, so which is pretty neat that it didn't cover up like all my silver. I'm not too sad about it because it does kind of go with other colors, anyways. It's really quiet, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm alone at a friend's house, and it's not in the city. And I personally was raised outside of the city. um, the sirens and all the traffic and stuff drives me absolutely insane. Like, it literally does. It is something I cannot help. I've lived there for 20 years, and it has always driven me crazy. Like, it actually does. That has to do directly with autism. Is something that'll never go away. um, so, like, it's insane. Like, the difference in stimulation. Sitting out away from the city, and it is an amazing thing. There happens to be some Bud Light Lime, and those are great. I haven't had one in probably like 15 years because I'm not a person, funny enough, like to buy beer and sit by myself and have one. Because of all the high stress that I usually have. So my thinking skills are not ever really all that great and clear. Um, um, I've been suffering with some depression today, and that's not fun. So I was like, time to make a change. And I had this option to do something different, and I decided that today was the day, and I think I'm making the right decision because I'm already feeling more calm, and yeah, that's super awesome, super great. Man, I sound a little bit like Donald Trump when I talk, when I'm not exactly feeling all that great, and then my vocabulary skills kind of go down. So I may watch some TV, but at the same time, I was so quiet. I'm like, I can hear myself think, and that's great. Like, it really is an amazing thing. it is really like kind of cruel that I live where I do and have to be in the situation that I'm in and have been in. And it's the first time I can really verbalize that um, in the videos, like, and on my Facebook. Like, it's always been a thing. I've tried to explain that to people, but people don't get it. And I'm like, no, you really don't understand, like, how overstimulated I am, like, at all times. And I can't just, like, go live in the woods. And, like, I even asked my mom one time, I was like, can I come live with you? And, she just was like, you're crazy, But, like, like, I would rather have lived, like, at her home and, like, you know, Chip lived, my brother, like, gone because he lives with my mom. And, I was, I was thinking, I was like, why don't we switch? Like, because it's a huge deal. And like, my entire life has suffered from it, like my thinking and everything. Like, it's very similar to, funny enough, TV show, like, this is an example, like the TV show Better Call Saul, like his brother, the lawyer that has the super sensitive disorder thing that's crazy, where he's kind of a nut job and stuff. It's kind of like that. Um, so, um, so it was like a real, that's a TV show. But yeah, like, I mean, like, everybody's like that to an extent, but, like, sound pollution definitely, is a thing, but, like, I've never gotten used to it, and, not having, like, it's kind of like a motivating factor, you're supposed to, like, keep moving and stuff, and it's like, it just doesn't go hand in hand with depression. So, and that's not something I can really help right now. So it's like I'm kind of useless. Like, I kind of am just, like, literally, vacant, sitting there. When I get depressed, like, I really bottom out and empty out, and I can't think, I can't brainstorm, I can't create. Um, like, I actually feel like drawing or something sitting here. So, and like, I went from being like super, 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 super bottomed out depressed like 2 hours ago. And I've actually been like that the entire time I've been there. Like, even when I first moved there, like, that's the reason why I started hanging out in bars and stuff. And, like, well, it turned out to be just one bar that that I found, and, like, become my home bar. Of course, I go other places, but, like, um, that's why I stayed out so much and was constantly busy, because, like, sitting, in the freaking city, like, by myself, like I said the other day on a post, it is very reminiscent of being homeless. I don't attach living in the city alone to having a home. Um, I feel more at home in, the hospital or, like, jail, than I do sitting in that house by myself. So that's not good. I've am excited about the prospects of, like, being able to maybe accomplish something while I'm here in this environment and taking advantage of it. So, and Jeff is a super, 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 super nice person. Um, he's a very compassionate person. He's a very welcoming person, and he's a soft-spoken person. Not overly soft-spoken, but he's definitely not an aggressive, overly like weirdly aggressive person, or so he's just a very welcoming person and a very thoughtful person. So um, wonderful environment for me to be in right now. I think I really lucked out with this now. So definitely share some mind spaces, and that's cool. We used to work together, so I know his habits and stuff. Like, he still does the work that we used to do. So pizza delivery, it's definitely a life school thing. So his roommate also does the same thing. So funny enough, when I first lived on my own, or when I first moved out, when I was homeless and like was staying at somebody's house, that I just a friend of a friend's, it's like that's what they did, was pizza delivery, and that's how I got into it. Is so, like, often enough, like, they will room together. Because it's weird hours and you're on the road a lot and stuff, and so it's cool. And it can be kind of like, if you don't directly have family to live with and stuff, like, it can kind of get to be like a little bit of a lonely job and whatnot. It's nice to have roommates. So I am understood in my plight of needing that kind of stuff, because that is the kind of work that I'm used to doing. Like, that is my my home base work. Yeah. But I wish I had depression is not fun. Of course, I don't want to be in this state. I don't really have much to say. Don't really know what to say. Like, constantly messing with my hair the last couple weeks, so but I think that is a product of the Lexapro. I was talking to a friend yesterday. I was like, she actually takes Lexapro as well, and I was like, it was like a little bit, it makes me a little depressed, and it makes me a little like having anxiety issues. Like I was 2 weeks in, like, I don't even, like, I haven't drank in like 10 years on the regular, and like within 2 weeks of taking, I was like, I need a beer. Like, it definitely flattens, like, and that's why I take it, is exactly why. It's to keep me from it's to hold a schedule, and to keep some of my levels stable and stuff. And so, but at the same time, like, it just feels real unnatural, that variation. So, but I may be talking to my doctor about raising my level on it, because it might not be high enough. The fact that I'm on it and it's creating a stable plane is great, but I still feel like it's kind of dipping a little too low, like around my female cycle. So I might need to go up a milligram, or a couple, like, to the next normal milligram dosage. And so I'm gonna probably talk about that. it's not something I really want to do, but at the same time, like, if I'm gonna want to drink a beer in the first place, or like, um, every now and then, like, I want to be able to do that, like, if I want to, and that's part of my life. Like, I've never one, like, normally I'm not one to have any kind of feelings towards that. I'm not ever like, oh, I feel like I want to drink a. I mean, I do, but it's not something where I'm like a physical sensation. But the antidepressant itself kind of creates that physical sensation of like wanting to have a beer. So I'm like, if I'm getting that, like, I would like to be able to, do that. And so I would like to see. But if that line's like dipping down too low, then like I can't really do that. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Yep. So, good news, positiveness. Um, hope everybody's doing okay and having a good weekend. It's awfully quiet, which is a little different. And so, yeah, it's kind of weird, coming from my point of view. I guess it's just something, I don't know. Who knows? But I really hope everybody's doing okay. And, yeah, it's a little warm. I think it's supposed to get, like, cold, at the beginning of the week, but it is a little too warm right now. So that's going to be interesting. Have a good night.